Hello, everyone. This is Nana Heron for Tangled Time Arts, and I just wanted to make a really quick video today to answer a question that I get quite often lately, and that is, how do you prime acrylic paint markers? It's a really good question, and there is a technique to it. And I did the other day happen to pick up a pack of Posca. These are water-based paint markers, but whatever brand you're using, it's pretty similar. And I had started priming them, and I thought, well, I'll just make a very short video to answer this question. So whether you have Posca or another paint pen, you'll need those, and you'll just need some scrap paper. And then I do have a project that I had already kind of started working on before I decided to make this video. So I'm going to continue with that. And I'm just using watercolor paper for that. So I'm going to set that aside and put my scrap paper there. I'm going to open my pack again. And I already did yellow, so I'll work with the pink one right now. And you want to take your paint pen, and just let me show you briefly. When you open a brand new one, it's going to have a white tip, and it's white because there's no paint on it yet. So I can zoom in on that so you can see that the tip is white, okay? And that's what we're going to be working with and hopefully getting the paint onto there. So make sure you put your cap on very tightly, okay? And then you're just going to shake it back and forth. And I have the tip pointing down a little bit, kind of letting gravity do its work. And you want to shake it really nice and well and good, and then take that off. And then this next part is you're going to press it straight down onto the paper. And that's how you prime it. And you can see already, again, I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see that the paint is coming down. And that was really pretty quick, because sometimes you have to do that quite a lot. So you just press down, straight down, up and down a couple times, and then you start getting paint coming out. And now the tip is pretty saturated. I'm going to do that a couple more times. What you do not want is a puddle. So once you start seeing that come out, then that's pretty juicy, and I'm going to leave that as it is. And then I'm going to get my project, and then I'm going to fill in a section here with the paint. And sometimes if you haven't used them for a while, you'll also need to reprime them. And again, it's just make sure your cap is on really well and shake it back and forth with the tip pointed a little bit down, mostly down, because you want gravity to help you. I'm just going to fill in this color, and then I'll prime another one for you so that you can see how that works. Let me adjust my light because some clouds came out and I lost my natural light. So I'm just quickly working on some watercolor paper here. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to set up some bookmarks for another project that I'm doing. So I've got some circles on here. And once these are dry, I will add some tangles, and these will be gifts eventually. So I'm going to set that aside and let that dry. Make sure when you cap your pen that it's on very tight. You'll hear a snap. I'm going to set that aside. Get my scrap sheet again. And let's go with the blue for a nice contrast. And again, I'm going to take the cap off just to show you the tip is white because it's a brand new paint marker. Make sure the cap is on really well. And then you're just going to shake it back and forth. You hear that sound? It sounds like when you're shaking up spray paint, you know? Shake that up. And then have your scrap paper. And I always like to have several layers because the paint can go right through possibly. And then you're going to go press that tip down, and it's straight up and down. And I don't know if I can kind of push this over to the side so that you can see a little better, but I've got paint already coming down. So I just keep going up and down, straight up and down until I start to see some paint coming out. And once it seems kind of juicy, kind of test it. Well, that looks good. I mean, these are going really, really quickly. So I'll set that aside and I'll paint in another one. Let's see, which one do I want to do? Just do the center one. And these, the Posca ones especially, and I can tell the blue is very juicy. So when you're priming, make sure you do not get a puddle. You do not want a puddle. These markers you can use on paper, canvas, rocks. We did the rock painting project that I was involved in. And so they work on all different kinds of surfaces. Just make sure to take into account that these do need to dry. So always allow for drying time. And then I've got that one colored in. So I'll be working my way through the other markers, but hopefully that helps you prime your paint markers. So yeah, it's a process. It takes some time, but it's just one of those things that, you know, once you get going, it gets easier and easier as you go. So remember to always have the cap on before you start shaking it though, because you could end up with paint everywhere and you don't want that either. So hopefully this helps you, and it also helps you add color to your projects, and maybe work with different surfaces like rocks or ceramics or wood or something like that. All right. This has been fun, and we'll see how my bookmarks go eventually. And have a great day. And remember, I love you guys. Take care.